So soon the Path of the Ronin Season 2 event gets its final update from what we see here in the launch of Season 2's window in Modern Warfare 2, Warzone 2, and DMZ. And while tomorrow brings along 2 cool additional rewards, I want to take some time to discuss what else is on the horizon, because this event is doing something that's new with Modern Warfare 2 that we haven't quite seen yet in COD history. So as we go along, drop your thoughts down below. Are you looking forward to an event refresh that is on the horizon? Do you like how this idea of things works? Whatever the case, drop your thoughts below. And if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing to stay up to date with all things Modern Warfare 2, Warzone 2, and anything COD related. Finally, check out my friends at GFuel and their 30% off discounts with code Espresso for the month of February, but more on that a little bit later. For now, let's jump into the discussion at hand for Modern Warfare 2's Path of the Ronin extension and an interesting new addition to the event loop. So to start, the Path of the Ronin event, for those that are unaware, was something previously revealed before the launch of the season and was a new designated way to get the crossbow organically, one of the new weapons within Season 2. Yes, some people were able to get the crossbow before this challenge was completely rolled out, but for simply stating the organic way that was intended to unlock the crossbow, the Path of the Ronin event was the way. But with Season 2, what was odd about that event was the comparison was something that we hadn't seen before, because you couldn't do this in day one, again, in theory. There were ways that people were able to, but of the 7 challenges spanning the event, only 3 of them launched with the season, another 2 being introduced a few days later, and the final 2, Loyalty and Respect, being introduced with one final update upcoming, bringing with it the weapon charm and what looks like an MP7 blueprint. Now, once you complete all of those, of course, you get the reward of the crossbow, but is that it? Well, as of right now, that's all we see and will be available, but it's not the only thing that we will continue to see be available with these challenges and with the event. For the first time, we have some interesting fine print alongside this event. If you check underneath that mastery of the crossbow that you see here on that event page, you'll see also X amount of, in this case, 15 days until the current event challenges expire. All new event camo challenges available on refresh. So the rewards that we have now, the rose skin, emblem, calling card, weapon sticker, loading screen, weapon charm, and weapon blueprint, those will all be going away as of 15 days from now, or however many days you're seeing when you watch this video, if it happens to be a little bit later from when this video goes up. So for one, make sure you get those challenges done if you're interested in those rewards, but event camo challenges available on refresh. That sounds pretty interesting. Now, before we get into what we know on these, let's take a look at the timing here of this, because that's also important to how we see the future of not only just this event, but also what we see in the future events upcoming potentially with Modern Warfare 2. So the timing of this, 15 days is listed, but notably that's 15 days and a few hours and change that aren't listed. Bear that in mind. We see updates happen around 10 a.m. Pacific time every single update, so that timer currently there won't account for those additional hours. It just showcases the 15-day mark until that. So tomorrow morning, afternoon, wherever you are in the world, that's when we'll start to see it switch over to 14 days, and then again, the unmentioned 23 hours and whatever and change. But that takes us to Wednesday the 15th, notably the previously reported mid-season update timing as well, with industry insider Tom Henderson of Insider Gaming reporting that we'd see the next free-to-play Modern Warfare 2 window begin on Thursday the 16th, the weekend following that previously rumored date for mid-season update, those free-to-play windows following usually those seasonal updates. That was reported all the way back on February 1st, before the season even launched here, so giving us a decent indicator, but also if you take that out of the equation, that's just something that is the almost true midpoint here of the season itself, because if you look at the battle pass, we end up seeing that that ends up having a currently slated endpoint of April 12th, pending no delays or anything that could happen here from now until then that extends or maybe subtracts time off that battle pass. More so likely to add time on. We've never seen a battle pass have time taken off of it. But that said, the midpoint here with that is right in line with what we see here on this event. So for the first time in any seasonal event, really, the event itself won't shut off, but instead will be renewed and refreshed for a sort of part 2. Usually these events only last from anywhere from 2 to 4 weeks, and a seasonal refresh, like a reloaded update, would take them out of the game entirely, either making way for a sort of down period or introducing additional different seasonal events here that we see. Something like the forgettable and buggy Hunt for Adler event that started Black Ops Cold War's Season 3, but then also was removed to make way for the 80s Action Heroes event with the mid-season update that also brought with it Verdansk 84. So whether it be something like that making room for additional content, or just completely not giving players anything like we've seen happen a couple of times, this would be a new direction where instead an event shifts focus and changes to a part 2 continuing on the entire duration of the season, which does sound pretty cool to me. But as for the content, what does that mean for the scaling of challenges, rewards, and more? That's the part that's lesser understood and truly a bit of a question mark on it, but we do know of some things, at least 2 camos and a weapon blueprint that will be coming along with this. So the basis of these camo challenges, from items that have been found in the game files to even being leaked via in-game application, it seems like this new refresh will introduce 2 universal cherry blossom camos, one that looks identical to Black Ops 2 and Cold War's versions of this camo, and one that looks to be a subtle twist on it with a sort of reversed color palette that is primarily a powder blue color with the pink cherry blossoms instead of the cream colored base camo that we normally see. But of those, they look to be universal camos that can be applied to any weapon across the board and seemingly introduce an entirely new category that we'll see going forward called event camos, indicating that more of these will likely be coming on the horizon, either or potentially both near and distant future for further upcoming seasons 3, 4, 5, and maybe if we end up getting a 6th one. Now, that's something that in particular I could absolutely get behind. Additional camos for event-specific challenges, just simply playing and earning more cool-looking camos that go along with any weapon, not just blueprints. But the nice part is that doesn't appear to be the only thing that's also been discovered for the event refresh. Additionally, we've seen the mention of dual Kodachis, those sword blueprints coming back as a reward, which unfortunately this one doesn't seem to be entirely unique and new to Modern Warfare 2. They look like the Kodachi blueprints we had back in Modern Warfare 2019. But I mean, at the same point, we end up getting this as a free additional reward. I'll take it. The only question that remains here out of this is, what will the overall reward be? Will it be any of these camos? Will they be the dual Kodachi blueprint for the completion reward of however many new challenges they refresh, rather all 7 if they take a few off the board? We don't quite know, but also it still could be the crossbow itself. Instead, just replacing the rewards we see in those 7 challenges with universal camos, a Kodachi blueprint like the MP7 we see upcoming with tomorrow's refresh, and then a few other things sprinkled in between there, because that also would make sense where you'd keep the crossbow as a Season 2 earned reward by simply taking part in this event instead of cutting it off halfway through the season. A part of me believes that's the case. A part of me also thinks maybe we'll just see a full refresh, but we'll have to wait and see on that. But know that at least 2 universal camos and a weapon blueprint do look to be coming with this refresh in just about 2 weeks' time. Now, overall thoughts on this? Personally, I think this is a good thing that might not get a whole ton of attention. It's one of those like minor things that just makes for a slightly better experience. Instead of seasonal events lasting half the season and offering up a few rewards, even while it's only just 7 to 8 additional things, it's not necessarily a lot, but doubling down and refreshing, giving just a bit more to do in regards to simple challenges. I kind of like the sound of that, especially when some of these are more worthwhile than maybe say like a loading screen or a weapon sticker. Like, it's not truly groundbreaking in regards to how this could be handled here going forward, but it is something that offers up stuff that I'd actually use, and so therefore I'd actually want to engage with that content, those challenges available here with these refreshes. And by indication that it seems like we'll be seeing more refreshes potentially in the future for Season 3, 4, 5, and again, potentially Season 6 events that could be coming along, offering up more event camos along the way, I'm here for that. Even if it's not necessarily groundbreaking stuff, it gives me something that actually makes me want to play the game and is something that I'd actually use. So for that, I like the sound of this if this is the sort of basis for what we see going forward with Modern Warfare 2 and events upcoming in the future. But for now, the future is all speculation. But what we see upcoming here in the immediate future looks to be pretty promising and pretty cool if you ask me. So I want to share that with you guys, fill you in on what may be upcoming here in the very near future as of about 2 weeks time from now. So let me know your thoughts down below. Would you guys like to see more additional camos introduced with seasonal refreshes for events like this over both the launch and the mid-season events? Whatever the case, drop your thoughts below. Before we wrap everything up though, make sure you check out my friends over at GFuel. Code Espresso get you 30% off certain items for the month of February, like your hype sauce and starfruit flavored tubs. 2 of my personal favorites. Have those on a regular basis if you guys would like to check that out or anything else. Links in the description below. But that said, if you enjoyed the video, you found it at all insightful, do me a favor and drop a like on it. And if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a single thing regarding all things Modern Warfare 2, Warzone 2, and anything COD related. But for now, thanks so much for watching. My name has been Espresso. I'll see you guys later. Take care and peace.